Ooh, boy, Mr.Beast has really stepped in at this time. Now, if you weren't aware of the trouble that Mr.Beast has himself in this time, well, he came out with a video recently where he was announcing a AI YouTube thumbnail generator. And already AI pretty much perks up a lot of people's ears. A lot of people have a lot of issues with generative AI, mostly over the ethical concerns. And with that in mind, you would think that if he was going to come out with some kind of AI related generator for thumbnails, he would not step right into the bear's trap when it comes to training things on content that he probably doesn't have the permissions to be doing it on. But it seems like he didn't get the memo, because in that video, he pretty much makes it very apparent that he most likely trained his new model on a lot of people's thumbnails without permission, because he literally shows people's stuff in the background like Jacksepticeye and many other popular channels. So he's pretty much advertising that you can use his new AI tool, which costs $80 a month by the way, in order to replicate pretty much any popular YouTuber's thumbnails and their style. Now, it wouldn't really be that big of a concern if he just wanted to come out with a YouTuber thumbnail generator that was only trained on his thumbnails. I mean, it's not really stealing if he's doing it to himself. But to brazenly come out and basically say, yeah, you can use my tool that only I'm making money off of, and you can pretty much steal any YouTuber style, and they're not getting any kind of money for it. Yeah, that's not a good way to make friends in the YouTube world. Now, I just want to make it clear, I'm not necessarily against generative AI. I actually very openly use it to assist with a lot of things in terms of making thumbnails and other graphics. Now, I don't rely 100% on it. It's mostly just a tool to generate a couple things, and then I kind of take over from there with my more limited Photoshop compositing skills. I try to do as much work on my own as I possibly can, and I will commission artists from time to time, like my new model that's upcoming. So I'm not really against commissioning, but I do use generative AI to kind of assist. But a lot of people are not a big fan of generative AI, and it's mostly because of training off of other people's work. So once again, Mr.Beast coming out and just telling the entire world that you can steal practically any YouTuber's thumbnails, and he's the only one that's gonna be making money off of that? Yeah, that's not really a good way to win people over. And hell, I've even seen talks, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I've seen talks on social media that some people are considering a class action lawsuit. Now, will that happen? I don't know, maybe. Kind of shocked me if it did actually happen, but it is crazy to think that in just a few short days after announcing this, he's already pretty much turned the entire internet against him in one fell swoop. Like, this did not win pretty much anybody over, except for maybe AI tech bros or something. Like, perhaps if maybe he had some kind of revenue share with all these YouTubers that he's essentially stealing from, then maybe there wouldn't be as much of a backlash. But you can't just go and take people's thumbnails, feed it into your new AI model, and expect everybody to just be like, yeah, that's fine. You can totally just borrow my work for other people to profit off of without us profiting off of it. I just don't really know how this got past the idea phase. Like, where up there in Mr.Beast's head did he not think that this was gonna go completely ass backwards and this was gonna blow up in his face? Now, I do want to state one thing. I can kind of understand the goal to a certain extent, like, work with me here. I can understand that for a lot of smaller creators, ones that don't have a big budget, a big team, and can't really hire on like artists and things like that, I can fully understand that. I am a small creator myself. I've been since I was like 15 years old. I completely understand. But there's one big wrinkle in that problem. How does that get solved by paying $80 a month for an AI tool? Like, I know that his view stats tool has a lot more than just this new thumbnail generator, but still, $80 a month? That's not really accessible for a lot of creators. I mean, this is the reason why a lot of creators don't even pay for Adobe programs, because Adobe programs cost around that kind of price per month just to keep using it. So you want them to spend $80 a month on your AI tool when they could be taking the $80 a month to get software or pretty much a lot of other things they can do with $80 a month. So I wouldn't say that that makes it more accessible to small creators, because that's not a small chunk of change these days. Also, another thing, I'm not trying to necessarily advertise another AI tool, but I just gotta keep it frank with you. If you really need help doing thumbnails and generating things, ChatGPT can do most of that already. Yeah, it has its limitations and whatnot, but as somebody who uses ChatGPT a lot to help with things, you can feed it images and say, do something like this, and most of the time it comes out pretty okay. And if you have any kind of Photoshop skill, you can cobble together things that you generate with AI and make something great. That's what I do these days. That's usually my workflow. So I don't really see why you need Mr.Beast and his tool. Maybe it's more specialized for YouTube, eye-catching thumbnails and whatnot. But really, at the end of the day, it's not any different than pretty much a lot of other generative AI tools. So I don't see why you would buy his instead of just using ChatGPT or paying for ChatGPT. So that's really just my thoughts, man. I don't really understand where Mr.Beast was coming at this, because people have made their opinions for the last couple of years very well known about how they feel about generative AI. So I don't understand how he thought that this was going to be any different. People do not like ChatGPT. People don't like Midjourney. People don't like a lot of these programs and where they're going. They don't like what this spells for the future. So I don't see how he thought that creating yet another AI slop tool wasn't going to backfire, especially when you're pretty much just advertising that you're stealing from other creators. This really didn't have any way that it was going to go well, so it's kind of asinine that he even went through with it. So post your comments down below. What do you think about the AI YouTube thumbnail generator that Mr.Beast has just launched? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's not okay? Do you feel somewhere in the middle? Post all your comments and thoughts about this down in the comment section below. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Follow me on Kick and come watch my streams. Maybe you can watch me play fucking Splitgate 2 for like 8 hours. I'm not joking about that. I have a problem. So come follow me over there. Come check me out. Come talk to me. And I'll catch you guys in a future video.